Brought to you by Amazon Selects and ESPN Sports. Get in the game!
You don't want to work for a minimum wage, but you have no skills, never learned a trade. Fuck you! Fuck you! 80K in debt for your college degree, no experience, but you want as much as me. Fuck you! Fuck you! Go!
This is the best song ever. This song's so good. I hate you. Oh my god, I was talking the whole time. So my teeth looks different. My teeth look different. I think I'm missing some now. I have less hair. And that toenail is basically gone. It's totally gone. This is the worst decade ever. At least we got Wishbone and Tino. I mean, I'll be putting them down very soon, guaranteed. That was when girls still wanted me back in the day. Now they want to have nothing to do with me except for Cassandra, the fucking cunt. Cassandra, the fucking cunt, who continues to call me for money every day. She won't leave me alone, and now she's threatening me with bad luck. Yep. Oh, hey, Wishbone. That city doesn't even look like that anymore. Wow. Unbelievable. Hair has I got more hair in my ears. Yep. I'm still doing this shitty job. Yep. I don't have that hoodie anymore. And I don't have that hair. More grays, 110%. I don't know what happened to me. I'm still on rooftops. Yep. I still do that. I still have Wishbone, but he doesn't look that cute anymore. In fact, he stinks. Tino is very angry. He still bites me. Justin Slingshot Warrior is a piece of shit. And Wishbone is still extremely cute. He loves the hugs. He loves the kisses. He loves the scratches. Double kiss. Double kiss in my car. There's me as a young baby. All right, guys, let's check this out. And getting back to what I originally thought and what I originally talked about not too long ago, and I got a lot of fucking shit for it, was I said that historically, when men disappear in women's lives, they revert to prostitution, and they subject their children to it. And this is what happened during World War I in Germany. And what happened was, according to history, that these transsexuals started using these children to gain money and power. And for some strange reason, nobody wants to believe it. Everyone wants to think that, these Nazis were just doing Nazi stuff and killing Nazi things. But let me just show you this. And this is going to prove my point. This is the wholesome slut, Nicole Mitchell. Wow, amazing.
So for an example,
let's check out
I have an assistant who
the
does
slut, Nicole Mitchell.
I have a gentleman who's paying me $20,000 a month. I have another gentleman last week who handed me $5,000 in cash. And I literally texted my best friend and said, "Why did I not sell my pussy earlier?"
Why was it? Because you were married.
But I'm just like,
No. It was because you were married. And you had, look at this fucking psycho. Guys are blowing loads all over this woman's face, giving her money for it, etc. She can't believe it. She can't believe it. The truth is that this woman had a husband before. This woman had a husband who took care of her and her children. Then she starts blaming California and how California is so expensive. Well, what are you doing? What are you doing with these children if you can't afford them? This is where I step in and I said, the state should take away these kids from these fucking mothers. This mother reverted to prostitution to pay her bills.
I am making so much money from something that is attached to my body. I can only imagine how much money I would have now had I started 20 years earlier.
Or how many STDs you would have, and you wouldn't have any kids, and you wouldn't have been married.
So you teach a course. What was the course you just told me off camera that you
Nicole?
Get paid to go on dates. So it's how to date rich men.
How to date rich men.
Okay. Again, feminism. Feminists. Feminists. Why aren't all the feminists helping out these single moms so they don't have to revert to prostitution? I mean, there has to be some organization out there that has enough money to fucking just keep these women off the streets from fucking sucking strange dick and fucking strange dick. But no, this is feminism 110%.
Tell me, but that's not why you're here, but tell me a little bit about that.
You know what else bothers me about this? It's like, oh, well, you sexualize women. Look at this woman. You sexualize women. Yeah. Everyone does. Everyone does, even women.
I was on food stamps for 10 years, my kids and I, and then
Here we go.
Unexpectedly divorced.
Unexpectedly.
And overnight became financially
Yeah.
responsible in California. As you know, it's one of the most expensive states to live in. And I had to hustle to provide for my family. And I've seen so many women be absolute destitute after a divorce or a separation. And I am surrounded by wealthy men in California.
Why is that? Why is that? That single mothers become destitute. Again, I want to point this out to everybody out there who's been divorced. You signed a document saying that you were going to stay with this person. You also pledged an oath, till death do you part. It didn't work out. You didn't look out for yourself. And then all of a sudden you need money. Well, how did you have money before? Oh, my husband paid for everything. My husband paid for everything. Okay, go get a job. Get a job. And to be honest with you, any employer out there is like, oh, listen, we're going to hire a single mom. You know, maybe single mothers, if you hire a single mother just like a friggin' ex-felon or like on someone on probation, you kind of get a kickback from the government. How about that? Why do these single moms have to revert to prostitution? I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I would definitely fuck this woman for some money and maybe get a blowjob for some money. But $5,000, no. She's out of my league.
Yeah, it's part of what drew me to California is all the wealth that is here. And money makes or breaks you.
Mm-hmm.
If you have enough, you can have a good life. If you don't have enough...
You could have moved. This woman is just naturally a slut. All women are, by the way. All women want to be sluts. They love it. But my point is, guys, these women want to tell you that they're so independent. They need dick to survive. They suck dick to survive.
It's constant stress and struggle. And I've seen so many women who are smart and beautiful and brilliant and kind end up destitute when they have no reason to be. And so I'm like, there's all these wealthy men. There's all these amazing women. We need to merge these groups.
Why do you need the men? Feminists out there, why does she need the men? Where are all you feminists? Why aren't you helping this woman out? We're gonna look at something very soon. It's called Womanland out in Portland, Oregon. I'm gonna show you something. If you think this is ridiculous, wait until you see Womanland.
Really me giving permission to women to say, I want to date a rich man. Can seem
Every woman wants that.
Shallow, it can seem greedy.
Every woman wants that.
I think it's smart.
Is it a matter of reconciling the transactional nature of relationships? Because a lot of people will say, no, they shouldn't be transactional, should be all about love, and that's it.
Oh my gosh, I think...
And the truth of it is, I think, as some of the...
Guys, women don't love you. So, whatever women think love is, guys, your twisted version of love, like, I think most men, like you talk about, like, let's say men that are in the military, they'll die for their brothers. You know what I mean? They'll die for honor and glory and all this crap, right? They'll die for their country. These women don't look at it like this, dude. These women, this is how men envision love. It's not like that with the women, dude. I'm telling you guys.
Relationships, psychologists and coaches that I've had on have said that they are transactional. You just have to not making, I think there's an art to making a relationship which is transactional by nature.
Yeah, give me that money. Give me that money.
Everything is transactional.
This is how the whore Cassandra talked to me. She goes, this is a transactional relationship. Everything's transactional, Dave. Well, you know what, Cassandra? You know what? Get your own fucking money. Stop bothering me. If you're not sucking my dick, don't ask me for money. And I think that every guy out here should be saying the same thing. If you're not sucking my dick, I'm not going to do anything for you. So get sucking, ladies.
I remember a guy friend of mine years ago saying, I talk about how, I think I should get paid for sex, for example. And he goes, oh, we all pay for it in one way or another. Oh. That's exactly it. Is like all relationships are transactional to a degree in whatever way. And I'm making women add to their standards, and that's how I articulate it. I try to make it less about transaction and more about having a
Yeah,
standard.
Moose, you want to borrow some fucking money, Moose? You want to borrow some money? Again, whore!
That your life partner is successful on their own and can take care of themselves, have enough to be generous to you. But I also teach women, secure your own bag, because I've seen enough women marry men.
Okay, so is it now okay to hoot and holler at these bitches? Like, yo, baby! Nice ass! Great nipples popping out of the fucking dress. I mean, come on.
And then they get divorced, and the women are left destitute.
Don't do
So,
that,
it's
you're
not
a
enough to
creep,
marry
you're a
rich
creep.
person. You also have to, in my opinion, secure your own bags. If anything happens, you're solid. So it's just raising women's standards as a whole, that you deserve a lot of money.
I'm
and you
so
can date
wasted.
Someone has a lot of money. That can lead to a really comfortable and beautiful life, in my opinion.
Okay, that's enough on that.
Yep.
That's not why you're here.
I know. There's so many
That's
tangents
not
and
why
go.
your story is unique and interesting.
Yeah.
Uh,
Tell me about how you grew up.
I grew up in a super conservative religious environment. Grew up going to church 3 days a week.
Rich white daddy issues. Rich white daddy issues. What did I say? Woo!
My
David
whole family
Bulldo's
was
right
involved in
again.
Church, and so very early, I picked up on all the religious programming. And for example, I remember as a little girl, I noticed all the leaders and teachers were men. All the women were in the nursery or in the kitchen, and so without them
Right,
even
so now this is
saying
going
what
to
my role
be
was,
going to be all about female empowerment now. The fact that she sucks strange dudes' dicks, they probably plug her in the fucking ass. She's guzzling strangers' semen. This is all going to be about female empowerment, just like killing your fucking unborn baby is to these fucking bitches.
as a girl, I picked up on what my role was as a girl, and it's to be in the kitchen or with the babies. And so I was committed. When Nicole Mitchell does something, she's all in. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to be
Nicole
the best
Mitchell.
good girl there ever was, and loved church, loved religion. Like, I was all in on my faith, and I had some issues. Like, they were more strict on girls than the boys, and I'm kind of a rebel by heart. It's this weird enigma. I want the approval, but I want to be free. And this ends up becoming
Save me. This is the damsel in distress syndrome that she's got going on. And she's getting it through sucking strangers' dicks. Which I'm all for, by the way. I'm not against this at all. You would think, oh my God, conservative, right wing, Christian. No, I'm a freak in the sheets. I don't know if you guys know this, but David Boldo is a freak in the sheets. And I totally support this woman doing this. I would love for this woman to do it to me for free or for at least $50. But according to New York City rules and the streets of New York City, that's impossible.
the later explosion in my life.
What kind of church was your family in?
Baptist.
Baptist. Okay.
Oh,
So I was in a Baptist church and loved it for the most part.
Again,
Went to a lot of
slut.
different schools. My dad was in the military, so
What part of the country was this?
all over. Since my dad's in the military, so
Got
we
it.
grew up all over the U.S.
Army
and in
brat.
Europe, and then they settled in Minnesota when I was in high school. Went to
you-
Bible college. I did all the things. Went to seminary.
And you eventually became a pastor?
I eventually became a pastor, which was pretty scandalous for me because of my upbringing where women were not allowed to teach or preach.
all right. So I took a
for me
THC
to
drink and I
become
just
member
drank
of
a
church
little bat
and rise up
size.
to the pastoral team was seen as like, I'm disobeying God's word, I'm mocking God. And I remember having this conversation with my parents saying,
Yeah, it was,
can we just agree that it's like a good thing I want to tell people that God loves them, that I'm not selling my body or drugs. And it was just too hard for them to wrap around because it was so sacrilegious at that time.
Couldn't she gotten the help from the church or something? No? You had to go suck strangers' dicks to make ends meet. And again, guys, this isn't to make ends meet. She's getting like $5,000. She's making thousands of dollars per blow, which I mean, if you can do that, go right ahead because I told you guys up front, personal, and straightforward that I would suck dick for $1 million. $1 million. Once or twice.
But I did it anyway. So you can imagine if they freaked out over me becoming a pastor, you can only imagine how they reacted to me getting into the adult industry.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah.
Was that always in you?
Yeah, looking back, I've always been very, very sexually young.
See?
I remember
They're all
my mom would
sluts.
always say to me, "You're so sensual, Nicole. You're so sensual." I didn't really know.
Sensual? Who's calling her sensual? This is female like empowerment. And now they're like saying, "Oh my God," they're using these words that to describe themselves. No one ever described this bitch as sensual. She's describing herself that way. There's no way.
Meant when I was growing up. But yeah, I've always been like in touch with my body. I remember like touching myself at a really young age and getting caught and getting in trouble for
Everybody's done that. Everybody. Relax, bitch. You're nothing special.
it, and I didn't know it was bad. And I remember in middle school talking to my girlfriends, and we're all talking about what we want to be when we grow up. And I thought,
All right. So you're nothing special. You're a type. And guys want to take advantage of you. Because of the way you look. Congratulations. That's so powerful.
everyone felt the way I felt. So I was like, I want to be a stripper someday, which is shocking. I even knew what that was because I was so sheltered. And when I said that out loud, all of my girlfriends
Again, guys, you know, children are retarded. I don't know if you guys know this, but like they're actual retards. You can't hold a conversation with them. You might as well talk to a retard. And this woman is saying that because when she was a retard, she said she wanted to be a stripper. Now her dreams have come true. Now she's sucking dick for money. She's got children, guys.
faces were just like shock and horror. And immediately I was like, I just did something bad. Okay, this is a horrible thing. Don't ever admit this out loud again. And so you quickly pick up on not to say your truth. I remember back in the day, because I was so religious, I used to believe in the rapture. And I'd pray every night that God would not come back or Jesus would not come back until I had sex. I'm like, please, I have to have sex before you come back. I have to have this human experience.
Lunatic.
So it just shows like it was in me at such a young age. But I know where to healthily channel it, talk about it, learn how to, be safe with it until much, much later in life.
The way people will perceive your story is going to have everything to do with whether people think sex is bad or whether sex is something normal and healthy.
Yeah.
And you can imagine what all the people in my world.
Is your attitude on this different than your family's?
Yeah, we have very opposite opinions on almost everything in life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And is it become because you're a black sheep?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
I
a
was
black
telling
sheep,
the
yeah.
ladies.
You'd be a black
like
sheep
a
in
month
every
ago, They're all in
family.
the lifestyle, and we got dinner drinks, and I was telling them I genuinely feel like I was born in the wrong family, and I've never heard anyone else say that. Everyone always like,
What family should you have been born to? Like, what is she saying? She's saying, "Oh my God, I was born in the wrong family. Like my father should have been supporting me as a 10-year-old become a stripper and a fucking whore."
it was all meant to be. This was God's plan, the religious version or the personal development. It's like it all came together as meant to be. It's
Yeah.
the same whitewashing of a story. It's too much of a bypass. And I can't say that genuinely at this point, like I was born in the right family because look where it brought me.
Yeah.
I fantasize about what my life could have looked like had I been born in a sex positive family, in an LGBTQ friendly.
Oh my God. See? She just said that life would have been different if her family was LGBTQ friendly. They would have been more positive about her becoming a stripper and a prostitute. You guys heard that, right?
Meant to be. To me, it's the same whitewashing of a story. It's too much of a bypass. And I can't say that genuinely at this point, like I was born in the right family because look where it brought me. I fantasize about what my life could have looked like had I been born in a sex positive family, in an LGBTQ friendly family, in a sex work positive family. Like I would have started this career
A hooker freak family, yeah. I wonder what would have happened.
20 years ago if I had known and had that kind of support. But I had to work through so many hurdles and obstacles and have become estranged from my family and friends. And I just that could have all been prevented in my fantasy had I been born in the right family.
Tell me about how you made the transition, or why you made the transition from being a pastor and then what you did afterwards.
The older I got, I think we just all evolve in our own human understanding and education and awareness. And I was all in on the faith. It was never fake or forced. But the more I rose up, in the church leadership, the more I saw the hypocrisy, the more I saw the politics, the
Right,
more I
hypocrisy.
saw just all the bullshit happening behind the scenes. And I'm a bleeding heart for social justice. I got my master's in social justice. And I see how like kind of religion props up all the systemic injustice of the world. And here's my bleeding heart. You know, I realized I was queer later in life. My queerness, my fellow LGBTQ community and immigrants, I have such a heart. And I just see the way the church uses them.
All right, so now she's a prostitute social justice warrior that is sucking dick to feed her kids. No.
Or scapegoats them. And
Guys, I started the show off by saying that when men disappear from women's lives, they revert to prostitution, and this is how they act. Why do you think it's the oldest, profession in the world? I don't know if that's true, but I mean, maybe it's the first transactional thing, because women were always prostitutes. They always shared sex for goods. Always. Your mom, your sister, fucking everybody. Every woman. I don't trust them.
just couldn't reconcile. And I eventually reached a point where, like, who is Nicole Mitchell apart from the religion, the rules, the dogma, the institutions? Like, if I can just find out who I am, that will be a life achievement. And so I left the faith.
Yeah, I know,
and
Moose.
went on this journey having
I know,
no idea.
Moose, if I had $5,000 to
I was
just blow,
afraid,
I'd probably blow it
terrified,
over her
are they gonna make a
face.
Decision. Are my children going to hate me for pulling them out of the only community they've ever been a part of? What if this ruins us?
Yeah, so let me be a prostitute. Let's not move, because my kids won't be able to get over that. Let's just become a prostitute. Yeah.
And I just really surrendered to the process to see where it would lead me. And it led me to being a slut. Is how I genuinely feel. I feel like
Listen, you were always a slut. You're a prostitute now. There's a difference between a slut and a prostitute. Sluts just do it for the feeling and the thrill, but you're doing it for the money.
I was a closeted slut. Like, people are like, what was your breakthrough? My breakthrough is like, and the way I like to describe myself is like,
It has
a
nothing to
wholesome
do with the
slut. I'm like
slut.
very authentic and genuine and caring and loving. And like, I still feel like old Nicole Mitchell, just way sluttier and freer. And I like to joke, like, you know, when you're in the church, you're holy. And I'm like, well, I'm just doing even more holy work. I'm using all my holes and I'm doing God's original plan
All
and naked
her
and
holes,
unashamed.
yeah.
And, you know, I like to get a little dorky about it because people get so
Just for the record, most transgenders, give it up with the CEO bullshit. You guys are all sex workers. Every single one of you. Every single transgender person I've met. And I'm not discrediting them. Whatever. I'm just saying. All right. All the transgender people I've met are sex workers. They're mentally ill.
and so triggered. And I'm like, let's take a beat. It's going to be okay.
Are you happier now than
Oh
you
my
were?
God. Happier, healthier, wealthier. Like everything in my life has exponentially improved since releasing all the rules and really tuning into my wiring, despite the stigma and shame that our culture and world tries to put on.
So basically, she's saying that her life got 1,000 times better becoming a prostitute after she got divorced. But before then, it was fine. So, again, historically, women become prostitutes when men disappear. Okay, you got a problem with that? It's the truth.
me.
Soft White Underbelly is about truth telling. It's about creating a space for stories on society's
I
most
don't give a
marginalized.
shit, dude.
I love about being. I
'Cause
love
a
it.
lot of people that get into sex work are just destroying their lives.
Yeah, I think, and that's kind of a misnomer. I think a lot of people do. I think there's a lot of people destroying their lives in all kinds of careers.
For sure.
We
right?
already looked at them,
I think
Big
one thing I
D.
do love about being an older woman in the industry is I'm so grounded in who I am. I am financially secure. I'm not doing this out of need or desperation. I am doing this out of desire and passion.
All
And
right,
so-
it's like art now for her. It's art. Well, let me. She's basically telling you she could retire. She sucks so much dick that now she could retire, and she's just doing it as a passion. It's her passion. It's like art, or anyone. I don't know if you guys do woodwork, like what? I don't know, fucking, build models. This is her passion.
it makes me very strong. My boundaries. If someone comes along and wants to hire me and I don't feel the vibe, turn them down. I don't need their money. I don't need your weird energy in my life.
Yeah.
Like I know what I want.
She's got all the
and
money
very
now.
Unapologetic and ruthless about it. If a 20-something-year-old version of me would.
So again, feminists, the only time women become powerful is when they suck a powerful man's dick. Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, the richest woman on planet Earth.
Definitely still be a people pleaser, would be willing to like hustle for money that probably wasn't as safe because I need the money. And so that's one advantage to being my age is I just don't deal with any of the bullshit, and everything is very, very clean and clear in my life.
And when you're doing things for the right reasons, like everything falls into place, and you don't get the problems that when you're doing it for money.
Yeah. I guarantee you, guaranteed, that she let a guy spit in her fucking mouth, spit in her face for money. Yeah,
that's how I feel. I feel like I'm doing what I'm passionate about. And I know most people don't believe me, but I feel called to sex work. I sometimes think like, oh, back in the day I would have been like a temple priestess where people would have come to me.
No. The prostitute was never a temple priestess. Never. They were always prostitutes. They were always prostitutes. They were never temple priestess. Now again, this is... If you don't think this woman's mentally ill, come on.
And like to commune with God, they would go through me and my body. Like I feel that way when people interact with me. We enter another dimension, and they lose themselves in a beautiful way.
This is not crazy talk. This is rational. This is rational by female standards, if you can believe it. Most women will see this and be like, "Yeah, you go, sister. You go." I mean, they tell young females getting abortions the same shit. And I want to point out that if you're having a child at 35 or I think 32, it's considered a geriatric pregnancy. Just so you know, you women are fucked. At the age of 35, you women are no longer valuable.
It's so safe to experience that with me because I genuinely care about the other person I'm with in that moment. And so,
Cassandra, you only had a couple years, baby.
I feel the most alive and the most happy and the most fulfilled doing sex work.
Mm-hmm. It's such a different and refreshing attitude about everything.
Yeah.
Wait. How does this work? For all you guys out there that have to pick up garbage and fucking clean out people's toilets and fucking cut yourself every day at work, maybe break a couple bones. Look at this woman. She's telling you this is work. All she's doing is sucking dick.
There's so many questions to ask. Like relationship-wise, how are your personal relationships?
So good. I forgot my ring. I have the biggest diamond ring. Speaking of dating rich, I have a very amazing, successful fiance. And that was something I was told, right? If you, in the church, if you follow your sexual desires or your desires in any way, you'll be destroyed. And when I got divorced, because it just didn't work out for so many reasons, I remember thinking, what if I'm unlovable? And then I'm getting more and more into the adult.
Unlovable? What are you talking about? So she thinks love is a guy who's like, oh yeah, go fuck whoever you want. Yeah. Dude, he's treating her like garbage. He's treating her like a slut. She loves it because she's got rich white daddy issues. And her husband, I don't know, again, unexpectedly divorced. Who knows what the fuck that means? But I'm going to take a wild guess. It was because of her.
Work, and I'm like, what if I'm really unlovable? And so I had to work through a lot of my own sense of self-worth
get out of
and
here.
Beliefs of what is possible with love. Is it really
Poor
possible to find a partner
you.
who can love all of me, not tolerate me, celebrate me in the work that I do? And so we are engaged. No plans to marry at this point. We've both been married and divorced, but we love the engagement.
Wait, you're engaged but no plans to marry? Wait. Okay, she's engaged, but no plans to marry. No plans to marry. She loves being engaged. She loves the idea. Who wants to? Who wants to bet that the man that she's married to is like 30 or 40 years older than her, about on his deathbed? Come on.
Season, and he's very supportive. I have a small community of amazing friends who most of them are in the industry as well.
Industry.
And it's the most loving, inclusive, acceptive community I've ever been a part of.
What kind of sex work are you doing?
So I started doing OnlyFans and did that.
Oh.
I still do that. I've been doing that for 7 years.
Yep.
Love it. And then
Great.
it evolved into platonic dates. So gentlemen would
Oh.
pay me money to go on dates with them. Just that. Just lunch or just dinner. I make a great companion. I love
Oh, she
conversing.
is.
I love getting some
Absolutely great
stories. I love
companion.
making people feel seen. But I've had a fantasy for years to want to be an escort, and I just thought it'll never happen in my lifetime because I'm just late to the game. I have a fiance, I have kids,
Oh, I'm peeing.
and I just kept saying in my next lifetime, because my partner is my priority. And things just clicked into place over the past few months where it's like we both felt we were ready for me to dive into that. So I've been escorting, and I am. When I say I love it, I love it. And I know people
I-
think I'm
I would
crazy
pay to
because
piss over this
we're so
woman's
not
face
used to
right
this
now.
narrative of sex work. It's out of desperation or all these weirdos. But I could cry. It is so
Shut up,
fulfilling.
Mimi.
And the way these men are impacted at the end of our time together, it is like I live for this. And I'll come home and tell my partner, and he'll be like, you need to write these stories down. Like, these are amazing stories of amazing humans you're interacting with. So I have like a little journal on my phone.
Tell me one or two.
It's like I attract a lot of virgins who are who have had a hard time, like meeting in the world, feeling safe to ask a woman out. And, like, they find me online, and they're like, they become such a healthier, more confident version of themselves just by our online interaction.
She's ripping off
I haven't
virgins.
popped a virgin Sherry in person yet, but I am like so excited for that. I have like
Oh,
a few lined up. I have a heart for those who are conventionally not as attractive. So those who are older, those who have different disabilities, those who
Older,
are
yeah.
conventionally unattractive, like
Yeah.
the people that society shoves to the side, I'm like, you deserve love too. And so I find people
God bless this woman. God bless this woman. Someone get her to suck Slingshot Warrior's dick. Mimi. Get Mimi. Get this woman to suck Slingshot Warrior's dick. Her name is Nicole the Slut.
all these walks of
An
life.
OnlyFans.
I have a person in the medical field who lives in a very rural, isolated area, and doesn't have access to women. So we have an online thing, and we're planning an in-person thing. And so people see it as like this horrible thing, but it's like these are all humans who deserve love and passion and intimacy, and for all different reasons have a harder time in real life getting it than some of other people. And if I can help you have that experience in a very safe, positive, healing, wholesome, hot, erotic way, sign me up.
Oh, wow. But for some money. So, guys, please reach out to Nicole the Slut on OnlyFans and try to get her to blow Justin. Or maybe hook up with Michelle Marie Delaney. Let's put her money where her mouth is. I mean, she's just trying to help people. You know?
What you're doing is so similar to what
The
the other
church,
sex workers that you've seen on my channel.
it's similar to what the churches are doing in these nonprofit organizations.
Have done, but you're doing it in such a healthy, positive way. Your attitude
Oh,
is so
yeah, it's so positive and
So it's
healthy.
like hard to see what you're doing is anything other than healthy.
I gotta start talking to people like this, just telling them what they want to hear, so they'll continue. You know what I mean? This guy's like, "Wow, man, this woman's fucked up." Yeah, you're great. You're amazing. I never met someone so positive and helping.
Yeah, that's
healing.
It feels so healing. Like I the more I get into this, like I always joke with my friends that I have like a master's in human psychology and specifically
Oh.
male psychology, just because I interact with so many men and they tell me things they don't tell anyone else. And how can that not be healing? Like I think shame breeds in the dark, and when you tell someone in the light your truth, something you've been terrified to tell, and it's safely received, how can that not liberate you? And so men will tell me like, I've always wanted to be pegged, and I'm like, I love pegging.
Oh, that's my specialty. That's my specialty. I'll do it for fucking 10 grand. Yeah.
Get over here, or like, I'm this many years old and I'm still a virgin. Is that okay? Oh my God, that's more than okay.
Oh my God, I love virgins. I love taking virgins' money. Bitcoin rules.
They can finally tell someone their secret, and they finally realize like this isn't bad. I think this is actually normal what you're feeling and going through. And if I can help you reclaim that part of yourself,
I'll take some of your daddy's inheritance. Absolutely. Absolutely. So again, guys, reach out to Nicole the slut on what is it? OnlyFans, and tell her about Michelle Marie Delaney and Slingshot Warrior. Well, let's get this ball rolling.
whether just by talking about it or fulfilling it in person or encouraging you to go find someone to fulfill it with in person. It has been nothing but radically healing for, I would say, the vast majority of men I've ever talked to in this career.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so interesting
That
to
makes
hear
sense.
this.
So
because
interesting, yeah.
You look at the church, the Catholic Church has had so many cases of
Oh my God, it's so
really terribly inappropriate things happen with young kids. And
I mean, what about the Boy Scouts? What about the teachers union? What about the police? What about? I mean, guys, come on. Now we're gonna blame. Now we're gonna give her so the excuse for her now for being a slut is that kids are being abused. Ah, man. Whatever.
there's a lot of secrets in the church that are just like hard to get involved with for somebody like me.
Yes.
But then you hear this, and it's like, well, this seems healthy and happy, and it's like, you're not hurting anybody.
It's adults doing.
And yet it's illegal. A lot of what
I
you do.
know. This is what blows my mind. It's adults doing adult things completely.
They're both illegal. What? How is fucking a kid legal? Why would you relate that to fucking a kid? They're both illegal, by the way, guys. As in 2026, what is it? April 4th. It's still illegal.
It makes you
Sensual.
just want to rethink what the hell this country is all about.
100%.
In terms of this kind of
Yes, because I'm just like, this is the most healing work in the world, and it's interesting.
What is this country about? What the fuck are you talking about? It is not legal to fuck kids. And it's not legal to fuck people for money. It's not. I mean, I wish it was. I wish the fucking doctor would write me a goddamn script.
Sex work is
My insurance
shit on
would cover
all the
it.
time, but it's the only business in demand 24/7. we are constantly being attacked and accused and scapegoated and policies to like harm us while they're secretly booking us behind closed doors. It is insane. The number of men on Twitter, for example, will say, no porn, none, like anti this, anti that, pro Jesus, and then slide into my DMs and ask me my rate. And it makes
Oh, I doubt it. I doubt it,
me
sweetheart.
so angry, like that they have the audacity to attack my industry and my people.
I mean, that's what I would do. That's what I would do to troll her. I'd swoop into her DMs and ask her how much is her rate. And I guarantee you, no one paid. None of those people that asked you actually fucked her or paid you. They're making fun of you, you dumb bitch.
and our livelihood, but also can I hire you on the side? And it's like, this is the problem. And this
Oh
is
my
why I am
God.
so public about it. Like people, I have a lot of girlfriends who don't talk about this because it's illegal. But again, very similar to I think why you do this podcast is I think if we talk about these things, this is how progress happens.
Arrest her now. Arrest her. Someone investigate her. Have her arrested.
And movement happens and healing happens. I think people who are typically prejudiced against sex workers, when they meet me and they find out I do this,
I
you
hate
can
sex
see their wheels
workers.
turning 'cause
They're
I
so
don't
annoying.
fit the
Sex workers.
stereotypical
Sex
worker.
workers. Sex
I'm
workers are
successful, I'm in a
retarded.
romantic
They think they're doing something like good for society. Oh my God! I don't hope, but I have a feeling that in a couple of years, when the money runs out for this woman, and she's looking like every fucking other 50-year-old prostitute on the street, I think work's gonna slow down a lot, and you're not gonna be too picky about who your clients are. Once a prostitute, always a prostitute.
relationship. I have children. I am doing very well for myself. This is out of passion, not desperation. And they're like, wait, what?
Is this something that you have to hide from your
Passion.
children?
No, they know I do OnlyFans. They know I do like adult, where we talk about the difference between, kids do kid things, adults do adult things.
By the way, most of her kids aren't kids anymore. They're adults.
He does adult things. And at the end of the day, what I want you all to do when you grow up is to find out what you love to do and make a lot of money doing it. And that's what mom is doing. And they've seen
I want to date this woman's daughter.
They've seen going from food stamps
I mean,
to
if she's an adult. But I mean, again, it's only going to be in a couple of years. And then when she's an adult, I want to start dating her. And then I want to fucking just be like, yo, thank you so much.
our multiple 7-figure lifestyle. And they've had different phases of so cool, my mom's famous, because I've gone viral a bunch of times, tons of articles.
Viral mom,
and then
viral prostitute
sweet
mom, yeah.
I don't even, and then wow, mom, you've provided this life for us.
Mom, you're the
I've seen you go
best.
through these waves, and I just know in the end.
There's no way her fucking kids are doing that. There's no fucking way. There's no way her kids are like, yo, my mom is a fucking whore. She's a famous whore.
They're going to be okay because I don't have secrets, and I just keep it very age appropriate.
Yeah.
And my kids and I are very close as a result.
That's wonderful. How old are your kids?
Mine are 10, 13, 15, 17, 19.
Yeah, so they're old enough to know what mom's doing.
Yeah, and my oldest two are for years, they're like, here's how you can make more money. You should try this on Twitch. You should they were trying to help me find more.
Yeah, right.
You should wear a swimsuit while streaming on Twitch. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I love this. They have no shame. And I remember asking my older two kids, do your friends know what I do? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, do they ever give you a hard time for it? And they're like, no, why would they? And I'm like, well, you hear that's a question I get all the time.
Yeah.
What kids get bullied?
They're saving up all their fucking, their lunch money to fucking bang your mom, dude. And your mom will do it.
And I remember my oldest looked at me and said, why would we choose friends like that? And I was like, just so mature.
Her kids are so mature for understanding that her mother is a prostitute. So mature. Yeah.
Honor their requests. When I go to their functions, I'm dressing more modestly, right? This is not about me, it's about them. When I go to my stuff, I dress very sexy. So we honor each other's boundaries, but they are all very mature and have handled it so well over the years.
And I'm sure at home you're a great mom and you're attentive
I'm
and all.
the best mom.
Oh my God. Again, these women think so highly of themselves. She was saying that she was some sort of priestess. Taking a communion from people. Guys, this is mental illness. This is 100% mental illness. And you can fuck this for a price.
This career has given
Most
me
women,
the
most
space
women when
to
they're
be
mentally
present
ill,
with
you
my
can fuck for a
children. So
price.
for an example, I have an assistant who does my laundry. She does my cooking. She does all my errands. I don't have to do any of that. So what do I get to do?
Times
I get to swim with
8:40.
my kids in the pool, which is what I did yesterday. I get to take my kids. We just got back from spending a weekend in Big Bear together. I get to spend quality time with them because everything else has been delegated, and I have a very supportive life. And so this work has enabled me to be an even better mom than if I wasn't doing this.
Wow. How does your husband feel about the fact that you will entertain men?
When may I help you?
Yeah, hey, how are you? Can I place an order for delivery?
Sure, yes. This is 399 Beach Street.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, what would you like to order?
Can I get an order of wings?
Sure, fried chicken wings, yes.
Yeah. And can I also get a pint of beef lo mein?
Sure, yes.
And 2 cans of Coke, please?
2 cans of Coke. Okay, anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. You would want to pay by cash or card?
How much is it?
The total is $27.93.
Yeah, I'll pay cash.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Give us about half an hour to 45 minutes, okay?
All right, bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
And like you do.
So it's an interesting conversation because what we've learned through this journey is we didn't rush into it. We took our time, really established our roots and our relationship. I have learned since we've both entered into this dynamic is I get so turned on when he's with other women. So I've discovered I'm a cuck queen. I didn't know what that was until a year ago. So because I'm seeing men, he's also free to go see other women. That's only fair in both our opinion. And when he does, I am the most turned on. So when he comes back and tells me about it, or I've been part of some of them. It makes me so mushy and in love with him, and it's so weird because it's just how I'm wired.
Okay, let's
And
see.
when I see my clients, it's so horrifying that we fall in love with someone who are more likely to kill us than let us live. And so how do you
God.
remain soft towards, much less want to seduce a man in a patriarchy? And so I actively have
Patriarchy.
to work on.
This is,
so
again,
horrifying that
communist
we fall in love
homosexual.
with someone who are more likely to kill us than let us live.
Communist homosexual. They're always afraid. She was just talking about going out and meet strangers and sucking their dick, and now she's scared of all men. The patriarchy.
And so how do you remain soft towards?
So the answer to the patriarchy, women, to all you women out there that think that you can survive, become a prostitute. All right, let's check out Womanland in Portland. Let's check this out. I got in a fight with these people last week.
Imagine being able to build.
Oh, this is in Missouri. So they have them in like a couple of states. They have them in a couple of states, but what I'm trying to get at is these women, they believe that they created a society that is like self-sufficient. And I'm like, yeah, but you're leaving out the United States government. They're like, well, what about it? And I said, well, they protect your sovereignty in wherever the hell you are. They're like, no, they don't. No, they don't. It's like, what are you talking about? Let's see what these fucking stupid bitches at.
When I travel, because I travel a fair amount for my work, and when I come home, we have this saying of welcome back to normal. Because even though it's extremely unusual, it's just certain aspects of how we live, this feels normal to us.
Okay, so all of this right here, women's land is a land that is managed by and for self-defined women to meet their own needs in collaboration with the needs of the land, animals, and plants. So they don't like men being there. There's like, they make their own rules, etc., which is, by the way, illegal. Absolutely illegal. So if the federal government or the state ever ran up in there and said and caught them with investigated them, they would get arrested. So these women are living in this bubble in woman's land, pretending like this is how it should work. This is the way it's going to be. The rest of the world is crazy. You guys are being protected by the United States government, the military. If the military in the United States, the patriarchy, was not around, you wouldn't even have this.
I felt like it was an experiment, and I was interested in the experiment.
It's a horrible experiment. Horrible experiment. How is it an experiment? If you're leaving out the fact that you're being protected. Your rights are... what are you talking about?
Earlier lesbian land, I think that was more driven by getting away from the mainstream culture because those were difficult times. It's hard for people to understand, but here's one of my best examples. In my early feminist days, I did work in the Rape Crisis Center, and we go to the police station and talk to the police about...
Wow, this is what lesbians... Again, lesbians, like, were in the closet back in the day to all the new lesbians out there. That's what they're telling you, right? They were all in the closet, right?
Rape and how it was handled. And the officer in charge of sexual crimes, not that there was a department yet because there wasn't, but he said the problem is figuring out whether or not she's making it up or was actually raped.
Yes, yes, that's the truth. Listen, all you women out there, if you think that this doesn't have to be investigated, women make this shit up all the time. They kill their unborn babies.
I said, well, how do you decide? And he said, well, if she knows the guy, she's clearly making it up. That was like a normal thing. He didn't think he was being controversial at all. So it's hard for people to understand why it would be so appealing to get away from the mainstream world at that time. But
You're not away from the mainstream world. You're not. You just moved into the woods. And you're still being protected by the United States government. And a president that you probably hate. That you probably want to see dead.
Appeal. I would be more open about where we are.
These people are retarded.
But I'm respectful of the fact that there's a consensus on that, right? And that others feel quite strongly that we're smarter to be careful. Is it far-fetched to think?
You notice that everything's like dilapidated, right? No one's taking care of anything. I wonder who actually built this place. I wonder.
Think that there are people who might be pissed off at lesbians because their wife decided to become one, or
no one's pissed off at lesbians. It's just this kind of bullshit, like, kind of makes people feel like you're all fucking nuts. Like you're living in a bubble that doesn't even exist. It exists in your world. That's it. Like, I mean, go try pulling this shit anywhere else. It wouldn't happen.
Sister or their mother, or just because they think we're undermining the family values of something or something, right? Who aren't our local neighbors who are respectful, but are people who just are nuts and also have this opinion.
I guarantee you all their neighbors are like, yeah, it's the lesbian commune over there. Don't go over there. They're bitches. They're all bitches.
The real value of this environment is the land. It's a very sense-driven.
So basically what this place is a commune for lesbians to live without having to deal with men. And they can all pretend like they can all take on the manly role and the masculine roles and all this shit. But they leave out the fact that, yes, they're all being protected by men. And if something ever happens, I guarantee you they call a man out with a gun and a badge and all this other shit.
The wind, the birds, the sounds, the nature, the weather is bigger. You're more with nature because there's so much.
The lawn's not even cut. They don't cut the lawn. Again.
The idea of women having control of land and of lesbians having control of land, that they get to decide who comes on that land and what happens on that land is...
Yeah, but why can you do that? How can you do that? Because a man gave you that right and the man protects it. This is what I'm talking about, ladies. Give me a fucking break.
Extremely powerful. It's empowering not only to us, and there's safety for us in numbers, but it's also empowering to the women who come and visit us, to know that even if that isn't what they want, to know that women...
Listen, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I don't know what this place is, but I guarantee you if you went there, there's probably like 2 women living there. And they're getting money from some sort of organization. Guaranteed. A lot of these homosexual organizations are scams. And I started realizing this like 2 years ago or last year, when I started realizing, like, wait, why are they lying to kids, telling them that gay people were in the closet? That's never been the case. And then I kept looking into this, and I'm like, wait a second, the LGBTQ is getting donated hundreds of millions of dollars a year because they're victims. And all they got to do is put up a fucking shack in the backyard and say this is a safe haven for lesbians that are being bullied. What lesbian do you know in your life that's getting bullied, guys? I'm sure you have to know some. I've known plenty. I have absolutely known plenty, and they've never been bullied in my life. I've never seen them get bullied, nothing like that.
Can do this, that it's happening, that there's spaces like that, I think make a huge difference.
These people are so goddamn disingenuous. And again, this is women that want to feel self-important, that want to, because they're fucking weird, they want it to be important and prestigious. That's it. That's absolutely it. Give me a fucking break.
Snap your W-2 and file your taxes 100% free. Plus, get your biggest refund.
My name is Stacey Gibbons, and I started the Side Yard Farm because I wanted to bring people closer to their food and closer to each other.
By the way, I don't know if you guys know this, 'cause I looked into it. A lot of these communes are on nature preserves, which means that I think it's being funded by the government. I think it's being funded by taxpayers. Just so you know.
So you start with the seed, you end with the seed. On staff right now, we have 2 women on the farm. On the catering crew, we have 10 women. Then there's like this unofficial crew of women that I respect so much. Farmers, chefs, bakers, pastry chefs, mixologists. Building a strong community is what this is all about. I love...
Can you imagine if white people did this? Can you imagine if like white men did this? They would be getting the FBI involved. Like it's the fucking Ku Klux Klan. Imagine if a bunch of white Christian males did this. This wouldn't be so. They wouldn't be playing all the like like, you know, and showing flowers being cut and all this shit.
We do here at Side Yard, and I'm happy to go to work every single day. I love being dirty all the time.
You're under
and
attack.
Hopping in the kitchen and going back and forth and being creative with our produce.
I'm not an incel.
That's what it's all about. Women farmers are lucky enough in Portland to. We kind of run the show here.
I'm telling you the
there's a lot of
truth.
us. But to be able to share that and break bread with somebody over that conversation, it's pretty sweet.
Okay, so again, this is like a piece of land that the state handed over to the special interest group so they can do this. 2 women probably live there, maybe 1, right? And they build shacks on it saying that the housing is for fucking like abused women somehow, right? And then they get tax rebates. And they actually get funded by the state. This is what's going on here. This is a scam and a ripoff, I'm telling you. What a bunch of bullshit. What a bunch of bullshit. The Oregon Experience. Get the fuck out of here. Womantown. A radical lesbian.
Womantown too!
Ew. Ew.
We really just wanted to live in a neighborhood where we were accepted.
What if we
I dress like that.
created a vision, and the vision turned into what we know today and what we saw develop over the years?
A bunch of Pats. A bunch of Pats painting a house.
Map to Dyke City, here it is!
I don't support the LGBTQ either. I think it's a ripoff. I think it's a scam.
So this is the house bought in.
No, I think it's worth in the Catholic
outside.
Church. Wait until you find out that the LGBTQ is hiding child abuse. Just wait, because it's coming.
I was determined to quit paying rent, and I thought, why not live here? I was, brave. Thought, and.
Oh my God, she looks like a retard. She looks like a retard.
Then I got with my partner, Mary Ann Hopper.
She looks like every other autistic retard I've ever seen in my life.
I had 36 years, lose time. But what was cool about it was she came from the suburbs. I was an inner city gal. And
yeah,
she looked
fear no art. Especially my Hitler art, YouTube. Fear no art. Yeah, I hate this shit too. Like they put no bounds on things. And then when I ask them questions, they totally draw the line. Totally draw the line. Again, these are the most disingenuous group of people I've ever met in my life.
And said, this is scary. And it was friggin' scary.
So we would be sitting out, on the porch, and people would drive by, and maybe
I don't care that
gunshots.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if they try so hard to look like men. I think the way men dress is more comfortable. It seems more comfortable. But then I think about it, right? And I'm like, that whole thing that Jesus wore kind of looks comfortable too, like a robe. It's just that it's not like if I was to walk out of my house in a robe, I'd probably get arrested. But a robe would seem more comfortable, and I'd be down for it if men wanted to go back to dressing like that.
Distance and stuff.
Super lesbian.
Andrea's sitting there going, yeah, and I'm going to fix up this house, and it's going to be so beautiful. And I'm thinking, and why do I want to live in it?
You know what, dude? I bring this up all the time that men who are fucking little boys are gay, and then everyone says no, they're not. They're pedophiles. I'm like, okay, well, how come they're not fucking little girls? Oh, maybe because it's just through the... No. There's gay pedophiles out there, guys. There are gay pedophiles out there. And a lot of them are attracted to young boys. They're gay. And there's such a small population. But 45% of the abuse that's taking place in this country on little boys is conducted by men. That's a lot, guys. That is a lot. The rest are hot female teachers, by the way, which I wish when I was younger.
This beautiful house. With
I remember being younger and being like, oh man, I would even fuck this. We had this like fucking woman that had a bag on the side of her leg and shit. Like, I would have taken that. I mean, so wonderful.
People being so mean around us and whatever. So I really broke down. It was like, I don't think I can live here, unless we really make some changes. So then we just started.
Well, there's a lot of gay pedophiles. Yeah, absolutely.
What if we could just walk hand in hand freely down the streets, a bunch of lesbians all in this neighborhood? And
I don't ever remember women being yelled at for walking hand in hand, or anyone. Maybe a guy doing that would be weird, but I remember growing up and seeing women holding hands. Young girls always did it in elementary school, whatever. They would always hold hands. I always thought that was weird. And then like guys kind of don't want to touch other guys, and they don't want to touch other guys. Like, men are like that, but women were always doing that. I don't know any time in history where women were holding hands in public.
I thought, well, if we can do the work, I could imagine that it would maybe be fun to live here. So that is
not hot at all. That is not hot. And I don't know why everyone insists that lesbian sex is the hottest. But I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Like having sex with a lesbian versus M Sexy Gunner or whatever his name is, M Sexy, I'd probably go for the lesbian.
I could imagine.
That's not hot. That is not hot at all. Two wasted girls kissing. And by the way, this one looks like she has sideburns. Retard.
Would maybe be fun to live here.
Women with sideburns are retarded.
When we really started saying, well...
There we go. Ugly. 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 And what's up with this fucking sombrero?
Let's see if we can get people to move here.
Bunch of ugly lesbians in the mirror room. This is the time of our lives, guys. We were in the closet. Yep.
Lesbians in the 70s and 80s.
Wow, look at that closet. Look at that closet. Wow, look at that closet.
And we only had a few.
Look at that closet.
Places. They were just kind of word of mouth.
That's places. A big closet. That's a big closet. You fucking liars. You absolute fucking liars.
Nothing was open. Even where we live, we somehow had to be.
It's a humongous closet, by the way.
You don't say, hi, I'm moving in with my girlfriend or my partner or whatever. So you kind of had to be covert about everything because of harassment.
Now, I did remember that when I was younger. I kind of do remember that. There was a lesbian couple that moved in, and everyone knew they were gay. But here's the thing, right? My parents didn't tell them to tell anyone that they're not gay. They hid it because they were ashamed. And now, because of their shame, everyone in America now has to suffer. Everyone in America has to be ashamed or shamed for them because they were ashamed. It's a pretty big closet, guys.
Well, it is true. When my kids were a little younger and I lived in other neighborhoods that were all straight.
Hey, Cindy, how are you?
I definitely didn't go up and down the street and announce that I was gay because I was fearful they might try to take my kids away.
Why? You notice that these women who can't afford to take care of their kids are never afraid that their kids are going to be taken away? You ever notice this? They just blame the ex-husband for not having enough money. And then when he can't pay, they throw him in jail. This is what I'm talking about with women, guys. Fuck this shit.
You know, at that time, of course, it was rarer for someone who was gay or lesbian.
They always play victim, dude. That's how they make their money.
Intermix very well.
And again,
with the
this
straight population.
Again, this is my point. I really do believe this is a scam.
So there were a lot of gay boys.
I think it's a hate scam.
And women events because it was newly forming our own community where we could feel comfortable.
Look at that
Because we all
closet.
have
Look
a
how
life
humongous
before.
that closet
We
is.
remember what it was like if it was high school, if it was college, if it was whatever.
None of those people look scared to me, by the way. None of them. This is a hate scam, guys. Like Jussie Smollett. This is a fucking hate scam. These are the same people that want to scream and bitch and moan, right, about Tulsa, Oklahoma, the massacre in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But they leave out the LA riots. Everything up from the LA riots to present day, $91 billion in damage to private and personal property. You would think that there were riots like this because gay people existed. No. These riots existed because you existed. They happened because you existed. The straight white male. Just remember that. Just remember that.
Family reunion, whatever part of your life you remember, nobody really cared about asking you what was going on in your life.
Once they suspect or know that you're lesbian, they don't.
No. I've asked lesbians and queers and gays tons of questions. They don't want to answer them. And when they answer them, they get very, very, like, oh, like, I don't know. Like, why are you asking that? They're so uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. I asked the guy one time, I'm like, yo, listen, you taking it? Yeah, I'm taking it. Okay, well, how do you do that? What do you mean, how do I do that? Well, with all the poop. Oh, well, David, and they're very vague about how they do it. It's like, no, dude, I'm talking to another guy. You know what I'm asking you. Just tell me. Just tell me your rituals. Your gay as fuck rituals of sticking hoses in your ass for cleaning it out. All I gotta do is take some soap and a little bit of scrub-a-dub-dub, and I'm done. I don't need to stick a bar of soap up my dick to have sex. Fucking weirdos.
Don't ask you too many personal questions. Like, what did you do this weekend? No, they don't really want to know.
You ever notice that none of these homos are living in squalor either?
You might have been having sex, and you might say that.
You would think that they would all be living in squalor because they had no opportunities because they were gay.
In most cities, if you drive through with another woman, they'll go, oh, a lot of lesbians live here, and a few gay guys live there.
I think my chinky with the chow mein is here. I'll be right back, guys. Oh, chicken. Oh, by the way, guys. By the way, I'm a psychological exhibitionist. Psychological exhibitionist.
It was down this street and over there and maybe an apartment building. It was just a base area. And I think the idea that we
All
would
right,
be
Cindy.
within a few blocks of each other.
You want it to be private,
I think
Cindy?
that was something very attractive that they hadn't thought of.
I have this spiel about, we're trying to create a conscious community in a community already.
Thank you, Pricky. Again,
Many of the conscious communities at that time were created out
Again,
in
these
the-
people
like
were
on-
terrorized. Terrorized. Every single photo that I saw of these people, they were terrorized. They all look like they saw a ghost.
Farm or in a rural area.
And there were a number of land co-ops all over the country, but that was a different kind of lifestyle.
Yeah, we didn't want to live in the woods. We didn't want to live in the woods. We want to live in the city. So again, these complaining lesbians got money to live where they... None of them are destitute, guys. You want to know why? Because they're all victims. Just like the blacks. The Hispanics will soon follow. The Muslims are now doing it. They're all victims, so they get money.
I'm not a rural person. You ain't walking with the chickens and the ducks.
There you go.
I am a city gal. I
Yep.
like the theaters and the
Theaters.
activities.
Yep.
We
Looks like
definitely
Anderson
saw
Henderson.
a reason to have it in a city because there was jobs available, homes already built, and so there was a lot of reason to have it in the community.
That was attractive to folks who wanted to live in the city.
All right, where did you get the money from? Where did you guys get the money from? This is all great and everything. Lesbians wanting to live in the city and fuck other lesbians. This is great. But where did you get the money to do so?
And wanted to be out and wanted to have a lesbian community as a support because a lot of people
Look at all those afraid people. Look how scared they are. They're frightened. Look how small that closet is.
families were not supportive of their lifestyle, so they didn't.
Oh my
have
God,
any
afraid,
really.
scared.
We were creating.
Scared to death.
It was kind of in on the beginning of it.
There was blood coming out of her eyes. She was so scared.
Ann and Andrea, they were good friends of mine from the mid-'80s. My then partner, Peggy, and I went to
All
the
right,
same
Cindy.
National Women's Music
Do it
Festival
private.
with them. And we attended a lecture by a woman by the name of Sonia Johnson. And she was talking about...
A lesbian god. A lesbian god. Guaranteed. Sonia is a communist homosexual, okay, who went to the city and demanded that the city fork over some money for her woman town. And they're going to say, well, women are under attack. We're all victims. The Ku Klux Klan is crazy. By the way, has anyone ever met anyone in the Klan? I've never met anyone in the Klan. And I've never seen a Klansman ever. And every single time you see something like that on TV, it's like 3 or 4 guys. Who would you rather be on a plane with? The KKK or Al Qaeda? Seriously.
And conscious women's community basically to get away from patriarchy.
Patriarchy.
Going to festivals and gatherings.
Patriarchy created that town, first of all. That entire town that you just showed on that map was created by patriarchy. And you are allowed to do it because of patriarchy. You would have to move to like an island, probably like in the Pacific Ocean, and just take it over and say, you know what, we're going to live here, we're going to fight off everybody, and we're going to, whatever. No, they don't do that. They live here, guys. They live here amongst the patriarchy.
Rings that were all underground back then. You got that feeling for 3 or 4 days of what it would be like for women to create
scared as hell.
their own community.
Look at
their
look
own
at how big that
festivals,
closet is.
To be in charge of everything.
Oh my God.
The music festivals, they were the musicians, they built the stages, they did the crews. Women were empowered. Women were powerful and could create.
That sounds like racketeering. Imagine if the mafia started talking like that. Isn't that what the mafia did, by the way? Isn't that called like nepotism or something like that?
aspect of their own life, and they didn't need anybody from the outside.
Right. So basically, you're just acting like the mafia, but you're lesbians. We get it.
Judging them or saying
I'm gonna go
that
get some
women
chicken
like
wings.
you are not worthy or can't create anything. So we just started thinking about what would be attractive about the neighborhood, and of course it was economics. For a lot of lesbians, cheaper rent or even the ability to buy a house for $15,000, $17,000, $20,000, a 3-story shirtleaf house, was pretty amazing.
We would say to them, this is a community, buy a house. You hear me say it today, buy a house. You have your own safe space. You get to determine who you are. You invite who you want in, and economically you make yourself secure for in the future when rent goes from $250 to $1,200 to $2,500. You will be at this because you own it.
We knew Andrea and Marianne, and they had been trying to talk us into buying a house. And we said, well, we got to have this, 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 and this. It says, well, there's a house down close to us that is empty, that has been 90% rehabbed. Go take a look at it. We took a look at it and bought it.
We kind of got started with Kansas City area women's gathering group, which was a potluck group we had once a month.
Well, of course, they had a meeting first where they gave the information.
I don't know how this is possible,
It was a
but Chinese
potluck.
people make the best chicken wings ever. Listen to this crunch. Mmm. Mmm. Chinese chicken.
And so we went and we got the information, and Beverly right away was, I'm going to move in there. I'm going to get a house soon. I was like, oh, Bev, let's think about it. It's 1 block off of
The pink triangle, see that?
Real gang infested and drug infested at that time. And back in the 90s, it was pretty rough. But she said, Sue, we can do it. This is the only time we can afford a house. Let's do it.
Wait.
African-American woman. She's a pioneer.
They can afford a house because it was granted to them because of their sexual status. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is out of control. If anyone else did this other than white people, I mean, imagine. And white people, they say that racism is systemic. What white person ever got a house because they were white? Or it was a tax break because they're white. It doesn't exist.
Near to buy a house in Womantown. I was with Bev.
To all you fucking black racists out there that say black people weren't allowed to buy a house in a certain town or whatever, it's still going on today. You can't buy a house if you're a white single dude in Womantown. Or a black single man in Womantown. Can't do it.
25 years. COVID took her. And she was an entrepreneur. She was fun. And she was always willing to try new adventures.
God!
Hi there. I'm doing great. Hey.
Look at them. They're so terrified. So terrified.
I knew other women that lived in Womantown or had lived around there. I thought it was
in my opinion, this is what every black person goes through. If you continue to tell the lie over and over again that there's some boogeyman out to get you, and they look a certain way and they are a certain thing, then you're going to believe it. And you're going to go on and tell people this. Again, these people look fine to me. None of them are living in squalor. They seem perfectly happy in every fucking photo. No, you never seen a photo of them being attacked. Tons of photos. You would think that they would have photos of their black eyes and their bloody noses from being attacked by fucking anti-fags.
Yeah, I was living with a woman at that time that also felt that way, and we decided we would like to go there.
When I met Cheryl and she told me about the Women's Town, I was just, no, I want to be here.
Mm-hmm. Look, again, the pink triangle. That pink triangle in Nazi Germany represented child molesters. And they fucking wear it. You notice that the LGBTQ doesn't touch the pink triangle? You know why? Paragraph 175.
This is it. There wasn't even a question. And even the place I lived in was a dump, really. And I still, loved it because of the community.
Yeah, because there's a lot of girls there for you to fuck.
2820 Harrison that we bought. And the reason we bought this one first was the people that owned it, they were slum landlords, and they just put anybody in. And we got tired of, the beer bottles being thrown over at them.
Right. So they, again, what do they call it when they move in a bunch of other people and another bunch of group of people leave? What do they call that? The gays do it all the time. They're doing it in Womantown. Everyone's down for this? Gentrification? Everyone's okay with this? Okay.
Telling us what they're going to do to us if they ever got a chance to get inside our fence. And our dogs would just go crazy and they would urinate on them. And I'd come outside, sit on that little porch that I had. I'd come outside and I'd say, get them. There was like, get them.
The guys that
Terrified. Starting fights with their alcoholic neighbors. Yep.
They were apparently ready to sell it. Drea approached him, I think, and said, do you want to sell it? And yeah, you take it, So we were very happy to be able to clear that out. And I said, okay, now we'll have a place for the women to come.
Yeah, more lesbians.
Right
Yep.
off, and
More
they
lesbians.
could rent from us.
Yep.
So
We can make money off of lesbians,
rent.
yeah.
I think rent back then was about $250 for a nice 2-bedroom apartment.
Then when
Oh my God.
Marianne and
Oh my God.
They took me to lunch one day and they said, what would it take for you to move? And I said, a dishwasher. And they said, welcome to the building. They're kind of like my moms. I was just coming out and, kind of making feelers in a new, strange world.
Just the idea of being with a group of women. Just
Lesbians used to be autistic. There probably are autistic women. I guarantee you that 99.9% of the lesbian population consists of autistic women. I want to put money on that.
having all that female energy. It was just very life affirming.
So I thought, we'll put an ad in Lesbian Connection and
wait.
to contact.
Wait, an ad? I thought they were all in the closet. They were afraid. Guys, come on. This is fake hate. This is a hate scam. These gay people need to stop with this shit.
Back the women, because we had no internet then.
Oh God, like everyone else.
One day we got the Lesbian Connection magazine in the mail, and here's this little blurb in there about a deliberate urban lesbian community coming together in Kansas City, Missouri.
Yep.
So we made a call. I think we talked to Marianne and Andrea, and they said, "Oh, come on, just come. You stay at our house. When do you want to come?" We flew to Kansas City, and they had planned a potluck and another party in the evening. We walked through the neighborhood. They pulled in the friendly neighborhood realtor who showed us what was available and what things cost, looked at a few houses, and we were just awestruck because things were so cheap. And we decided, yep, let's move to Kansas City. But we better make one more trip to be sure. So we made another trip over Easter, and it was gorgeous. The tulips were out, and there were yard parties, and it was just fabulous. So then the realtor, she showed us several homes, and she showed us this big house at the corner of 28th and Charlotte. They called it a mini mansion. They were asking $104,000. What? No. We sold.
We can't pay that because we're lesbians.
3-bedroom, 2-bath tract home in California for like $185,000.
Wait, how did they have the money to do that? They're gay.
And so Drea, who can be kind of...
I thought these were oppressed people.
So let's go over and meet Barbara and Karen. And so it's summer, so I'm just doing a T-shirt and no bra.
Oh my God.
So, and everybody
It's like
else...
Stephen Hawking. That's a retard. That's a...
bras. So we knocked on their door. They opened the door and we all flashed them. And I think they were kind of like, oh, what have we gotten ourselves into?
Yeah, autistic, 100%.
When I moved in '93, a lot of lesbians were moving in.
People flew in from all over the country, from New York.
And they were all
California,
autistic. It's so weird. It was so weird.
And Wisconsin.
Moving in from different parts of Kansas City, too, and different parts of Missouri.
Yeah, I eat pussy.
The bikes came marching 2 by 2, and then there was 4 of you, and before you knew, we all knew each other.
And just after corresponding with them a few times, and they're saying, okay, we're really going to
There's this song called Fag Town. Let's listen to
One
Fag
couple that
Town.
came there, they painted...
Now I know what they were talking about. Fag Town. Fag Town. The Queers. Where's Fagtown? Maybe you're not allowed to play it on fucking... Oh, I wanted to point this out. Oh, let me go over this real quick, because no one... All right, so you know Nirvana? So Killing Joke was going to sue them for ripping off their song, the beginning of their song. This is, I think, the 1985 song or 1986 song by Killing Joke called The 80s. I don't know if you guys remember this one. Okay, so this was written like 85, 86, and they were going to sue Nirvana over Come As You Are. So, right? Isn't that what it was? Come As You Are? Isn't that what it was? Okay, right? Very similar. Very similar. We can all agree to that. But did you know that there was a song called Under the Floor Again, written in 1982, before Killing Joke? And I'm just surprised no one knows about this. And I'm just surprised that no one's ever pointed this out. Wait, no, this isn't it. I'm sorry. It wasn't this song. No, I'm sorry. It was called Life Goes On. That's what it was. There's no one. I guess no one really cares. But this was written in 1982. So, I mean, what do you think? It's the... Like, I don't understand how it's... I don't understand how it's any different from either of these songs, but they wrote it first. They wrote it first, before Killing Joke. I think the Life Goes On song sounds more like that than anything else. I'm just surprised that no one's ever pointed that out. fact, I'm going to eat some more chicken wings while we listen to that song. Oh, yeah. How come it's not showing? Let me eat some more chicken wings.
Life goes on and on and on. If you think it's all gone wrong, go on and on and on and on. Life's a con, a con, a con. If you think you can't go on and on and on and on. But always remember, this is the happiest day of your Life goes on and on and on. If you think it's all gone wrong, go on and on and on and on. Life's a con, a con, a con. If you think you can't go on and on and on and on.
Oh, eating the lo mein.
This is the happiest day.
Mmm.
And as the years they move along, I see it now. There's something wrong, 'cause life is for always. Take your time. Who cares what fools say? I don't mind, 'cause this is my